As you can see behind me, you just said shadows. It's pretty dark over here, dark, gloomy clouds. And Beaumont police are investigating a deadly shooting at Pearlstein Park after officers responded to reports of shots fired around 3:30 this afternoon. Driving is strongly discouraged, but for viewers who can't avoid travel, make sure you're planning ahead. As it stands right now, you are ahead 412 votes statewide. How are you feeling right now at this time where the votes stand? It's been two different stories for two different sides of the beach. One way you look, it was clear skies, it looked beautiful. Other side, really gloomy, and it's not that cold yet, but it's coming. So we turn to an expert who says something like this could be a problem. To consider asking the city manager to fire Chief White and his assistant if they do not resign. Now, 3 months later, the company says it's one step closer to bringing a breath of fresh air to Port Arthur residents in more ways than one. 19-year-old Hunter White returned to Jasper County after a 10-hour stay at Memorial Hermann Hospital in Houston. Lightning struck him while fishing along the Angelina River, leaving him with several wounds and burns on his body.
The strike went in kind of through my stomach around here and went all the way down through my leg and come back up through the top of my foot.
Hunter White says he was fishing with his mother the day before Mother's Day, leaning against this tree when lightning struck and blew him feet away.
Most of what I felt was wood and stuff all over me from this tree that exploded, which is what's all over my face. It's, you know, I've got little thorns and stuff still all in my skin, and they went deep.
White says several sharp pieces of wood narrowly missed him, leaving him feeling considerably lucky after the lightning strike.
I just got lucky. That's all there is. I'm probably the unluckiest lucky man alive.
White says he remembers blacking out just before the lightning strike made contact, landing him next to a nearby tree. He woke up to see his mom and others standing around him. She says it's a miracle her son is still alive.
I got to hug him and hold him because he was home already. So that was the best Mother's Day ever.
Hunter says the lightning destroyed his fishing rod and left him with a once-in-a-lifetime experience burned into his memory. But he returned to the same spot just 24 hours later to go fishing again. Community members lining up and welcoming 22-year-old Beaumont firefighter TJ Bowles into the parking lot of One City Church as he reaches the finish line of a 248-mile journey.
I called my mom on FaceTime and I was crying. And I was like, I don't know if I can do this. Like, I want to make it by Sunday, and I don't know if I can. Like, my body's giving out, my feet are giving out, like, my mind's giving out.
But Bowles says he put his mind on completing the task at hand.
And she just told me, look, keep pushing forward, you know, let God do his thing.
Bowles began his mission at Calvary Worship Center in Austin, all the way to One City Church in Beaumont.
The journey was fun. It's been a long journey.
Community members and the Beaumont Fire Department, including Bowles' father, also a firefighter, supporting him every step of the way.
It boosts you up big time. It makes you run faster, it makes you run harder. And it's just amazing to see how many people can come together and support for a cause, for a church in, you know, little old Beaumont, Texas.
Bowles' Run for a Greater Purpose helped raise the $350,000 needed to complete the church's mission to replace its roof. Pastor and former city councilman Randy Feldshaw says he's amazed at Bowles' bold commitment to One City Church in Beaumont.
This is what builds a community. This is what makes a city strong, is when we all come together and we support one another on projects like this.
But Bowles says it was the foundation of support that pushed him to the finish line.
I'm so glad I'm able to serve and put my body in a place to persevere for the Lord and be a disciple for him.
Bowles says he's also happy to be able to help his church overcome an obstacle as it looks toward building for a better tomorrow. Barbara Wilson, the owner of BAW Resale and Interiors in Beaumont's downtown, says she's dealt with criminal activity keeping customers away for several years.
We literally have people that come from out of town to vandalize here because we're just like an open field.
Wilson says drug-related crimes take place just outside of her store, causing some customers to no longer feel safe downtown.
I have all the drug dealers sitting on the side of the street. I have people actually shooting up drugs, sitting on the sidewalk, zonked out.
She says much of the crime stems from repeat offenders and people experiencing homelessness. Wilson says in addition to drug-related crime, trespassing is a common theme.
We need some support, for the downtown businesses. We have no trespassing, but it's not being enforced.
She says a lack of support makes matters worse. Despite trespassing signs, she says people are leaving clothes along sidewalks, throwing trash on the ground, painting graffiti on properties, and stealing materials from vacant buildings.
The building across the street, as soon as they moved out, they sold the air conditioner units off of it.
Even buildings with boarded windows and locked doors have become regular targets. Beaumont police encourage businesses experiencing trespassing and vandalism to call 911.
All we can do is arrest them, but you got to remember they're not going to be held in jail indefinitely.
Beaumont police say suspects can be released on bonds, and if suspects are homeless, they will most likely return to the same area they were before.
If they're on your property, obviously we'll do a trespass warning on them, and every time they're on your property, we'll make that arrest on them. We'll try and build the case as best as we can.
Police say suspects must go through the court process, and that takes time. Wilson says she's ready for the cycle to end. Kimberly, Aaron, we're still here going strong, and supporters are still here. I'm going to send it back to you guys.
All right, Trey, thank you so much.